when you look at all three of those incidents I was talking about there in the open, I think you have to start to wonder about the cost and the burdens of integration on African Americans. And I don't think that's something we talk an awful lot about. 50 years after the legal barriers to integration fell, it's still too difficult, I think, to be black in a white space.
No question about it. I mean, people still want to talk about we live in a post-racial society, particularly since Barack Obama has been president and Oprah and all of the folk who seem to have made it. There are individual instances. But the fact that you and I, if we were to meet at a Starbucks potentially, could not sit there and wait for our third party. Might go to jail, might be shot. Something is wrong in America. America has a problem. The problem is not, folk want to say racism or economic inequality. It is ignorance. We are ignorant, Stephen. We're ignorant of each other. We're ignorant to the degree that we really don't understand each other. We're ignorant to the degree that integration and the fusion of different cultures should be a blessing, not a burden. And it is. How often have you heard of two whites being arrested in a Starbucks or any other place because they happen to be sitting there? Folks sit there all day with their computers, drinking water and having meetings. They don't even plan to meet, but they sit there. But these two black individuals could not do that. Young black boy, 14 years of age, in the daylight, being shot at because he needed help. Renisha McBride, Dearborn Heights, at midnight, 19-year-old, she needed help. Stephen Clark, in his backyard, shot 8 times. I mean, in his grandmama's backyard. So I'm saying we have a problem, Stephen, and Dr. King said it well, that the real danger of us is that so many of us have a conscientious ignorance and a sincere negativity when it comes to understanding the times in which we live. 50 years after his death, 50 years after the Kerner Commission. And you mentioned the fact that Starbucks is now going to do sensitivity training. That's good. The CEO apologized. But Stephen, who's doing the training? If the people doing the training are not indigenous to the people who are victims, there's still no. That's why we have a problem with the Michigan State Police. They want to train themselves. If you don't change the culture, I don't care how many folk you recruit, it's not going to be the same. You got to change it.
Some people might look at this and say that the answer for African Americans, and as a parent, whose kid walks home from school, I think some of the instinct is to say, retreat from those spaces of integration, right? Why should we go and risk the danger, the life-threatening danger in some cases, of dealing with that kind of integration? What's the argument that says that's not the approach?
Well, I think for me it's not the approach because that means I have to live beneath my privilege, and I'm not prepared to do that. All of America is mine. Not just a segment, not just the ghetto, not just the city, all of it. Don't mean I live in all of it, but I fought and died, so to speak, for all of America. When we go to war, we don't just fight for Michigan or for Detroit or for California. We fight for the United States of America. We blood, died, sweated, and shed bones for America. So to yield that, to yield what our folk have fought for, to put ourselves in a community where we do not have the advantages that America has, no, that's going backwards. We are not going to do that.